What's up guys, Chickabells here, and today we are going through another list, but this time it's different. This is called 10 YouTubers that needs to be deleted. Now the reason why some of these YouTubers need to be deleted is because they make countless times of mistakes, countless controversies, and they don't learn anything. So on the list, we're going for number 1, Evelyn.
Happy birthday, Adolf Hitler. Happy birthday to you.
Evelyn is the first YouTuber who supports Nazism and thinks that Hitler is not a bad guy. Don't be fooled by her soft voice and her innocence. She also made an offensive intro.
Don't you just hate those Muslims who pretend to be refugees so that they can live off welfare and make the state pay for their 10 kids? Don't you hate those lazy niggers who are never satisfied even after they are given reparations? Do you despise the Jews as much as I do?
Yeah, that's her intro. She discriminates blacks and other cultures, but mostly she talks about the Jews, throwing out their basics of how to recognize one. The worst part about this is she proudly believes that the Jews are the real enemy.
The Jews bring with them a unique destructive force. And you know, there are evil people in every race, but there is no race that is as destructive as the Jew.
Sorry, this is just too terrible to watch. At least she ain't a Trump supporter.
I'm also wearing the Trump hat, as you can see.
No, Trump supporters don't roll like that. She definitely took a different path and is very confused. She used to have a lot of videos until YouTube saw this and took down most of her videos. But she is still posting videos and she has 2 channels. I can't look at her smile. It's too yellow. It's like she is gangrene out of this bitch. Number 2 is Minnesotaboyy.
If you're a cracker, a peckerwood, a redneck, a hunky, a white devil, specifically you little 12 and 13-year-old children that love to play Call of Duty and watch my GTA 5 videos, fuck off my channel.
His channel used to be workout, then gaming, and now racist. He used to love the people, doesn't matter what. Then the next day he decided to call out all the whites as nothing but racists. He keeps dwelling into the past like he was magically transported there.
All you little peckerwoods, you little fucking crackers, and you snow niggers, and you fucking bitch ass, coon ass niggers. All you bitch ass niggas, I will fuck your bitch ass up. I don't give a fuck if you're 9, you're 10, you're 11, 12 years old. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I will fucking gun your bitch ass down. Bitch ass niggas, I will fuck your bitch asses up. Nigga, you thought I was playing?
Now I wonder, who pissed in his coffee? Like, he called every racial slur towards whites. And if any blacks supports and aids, then they are viewed as Uncle Tom or coons. In his video, you can clearly see him meeting up with few white people and being interviewed by Keemstar. Didn't call them a racist or no bullshit. Okay. If you didn't care of what they would say, then why are you reading their comments and disconnecting the likes and dislikes?
Unsubscribe, leave a dislike, leave your pathetic ass comments.
Dude, you're nothing but an ignorant man-child that causes drama towards other people. You tried to start something with Matthew Santoro, D-Storm, and Blasphemous HD. How so? Well, first, Matthew, obviously to start a controversy with a white man. Second, you tried to have a fist fight with Blasphemous HD at VidCon and harassing him by messaging him, making rant videos, and gave away his personal stuff like his and his family's phone number and location, sending death threats and accusing him for stealing your identity.
He says I stole his identity to pay my bills with. He said, no, and I quote this from the video. He says, yeah, I looked at his criminal record. He got petty larceny. You know what petty larceny means? You steal people's identities, my nigga. You stole my identity.
It is a term used in many states for the theft of a small amount of money or object of little value, such as less than $500.
So, yo, you know what that means, right? Minnesotaboyy's entire identity is not worth more than $500.
Which you did to D-Storm on American Ninja Warrior.
Alright guys, D-Storm in the house, baby.
Yo, D-Storm power.
You act like you were innocent, saying that he bitched out in a fight. No, he left because you were tapping your face. Like, come on, hit me. Like you want it so you can get more credit and make him look like a bad guy. He saw his scheme and saw him as a fake, and then he simply left. Another thing he was planning to do is to pick a fight with iDubbbz, which it never came. So in this case, if you say otherwise to him, either wants to pick a fight or he will talk with you, chop some things out and replay it, making him think that you're a racist. And to top it off, he thinks he's a black messiah to the black and black only community. When you go to his channel now, he deleted all of his old videos and replaced them. Look, dude, I didn't stroll in your channel and called you an ignorant, bald-headed, camel-lick messiah wannabe that causes nothing but drama towards other people's lives. We don't fuck with you. Hell, even blacks don't fuck with you. If you think that we believe that the word cracker is offensive and you laugh about it because you think it's not, then I think the N-word is funny. If the word cracker isn't a racist word, then why is it on the offensive slang list? Blacks can be racist too. Like for a very good example, in Chicago, 4 black people kidnapped and tortured a disabled white boy, tied him up, and abused him 4 hours on Facebook Live, beating him, cutting his clothes, cutting his head, poured ashes on his wound, making him drink piss water out of a toilet because he's white. If I'm a cracker, then you're a burnt cracker. Yeah, you might see this video and say, oh, I'm just going to find this guy, give out his information in the public, and beat his ass. Well, giving out someone's information without that person's permission might be a violation and cause you some jail time. And you might kick my ass for speaking the truth, but it ain't going to shut me up. It's not going to silence me.
Unfortunately, I don't know how all you Peckerwoods found my fucking channel.
Well, to answer that, all they had to do is to type your name. Hell, we can still find you through Google. Number 3, Jake Paul. Jake is related to Logan Paul, and he is famous to the internet community. The reason why he is on the list is because he has been viewed as a bully. There were several complaints from AJ Mitchell, Alicia Violet, Dobre twins, Martinez twins, Max Burmount, Erika Costell, Tessa Brooks, all the old Team 10, and the kids from his high school. He has been viewed as short-tempered, very loud, and disrespectful. He even pulled a stunt on the Martinez while they were playing a giant Jenga blocks.
I can't say we didn't expect that to happen. You have his waiver, right, Nick?
What happened?
Someone translate. I'm wondering if the floor is cracked.
And not just that, he got the twins crying on the camera, explaining what was going on, like they were the only ones that were picked on. Constantly, they had to lock their door to get privacy, but pissed Jake off and then destroyed their room, alongside with the fans' letters and drawings, destroying their things and making them hump each other. They refused at first, but Jake called them gay, which he kissed a dude himself, and other hateful slurs, and they did it. Then left Team 10. He's also harassed one of the girls by slapping their ass and blamed FaZe Banks for assault on one of the Team 10 members and cheated on Alyssa Violet, which FaZe proved that he's innocent on Drama Alert by getting Max Burmount as a witness. Jake later on get filled on the crimes that he committed. His brother Logan defended him, saying that he didn't do it. And finally, Jake harassed his neighbors by driving bikes up and down the streets and catching Jake's pool on fire. Flames is taller than the house. And then accused them by thinking that they were going to kill him and his team.
One of the neighbors yesterday, or 2 nights ago, sorry, one of the neighbors comes over and unscrews the screws in the tire to our Team 10 van. The neighbors tried to kill us, bro. They take the nuts out. The nuts are off of the tire, so they start driving slow on the highway. Literally, the whole entire tire falls off, and they, like, the bus lopsides. They go flying into the middle of the traffic on the 101. The whole highway stops. Super dangerous situation, and our neighbors are the ones that did this.
Then filming them secretly.
I do, and like I don't hate you guys. I'm not one of the neighbors that like absolutely hates you.
Yeah.
I know it's really tough because there's not.
Okay, in my case, I just plain don't like bullies at all. They are scums under the earth. They have no life. Their lives is just shitty, so they have to make other people around them suffer like they do. Or they do it just because they like it. Dude, if you want to be loud, move into a country where there is no neighbors. And YouTube turned him into a star, their idol. Unbelievable, man.
Wow. You just want me to look bad on camera? Is that what you want?
Number 4 is Logan Paul.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there. I'm not even fucking kidding.
We all know how he messed up on one of his videos by taking a trip to Japan and traveled into the suicide forest and filming someone's dead body. Later on, he apologized for what he did, and several comments, both cultures, US and Japan, were very angry at him, like, "What the hell, dude?" And in Japanese translation, they said, "Don't come back to Japan." Not only that, he also got into trouble by filming in certain areas where he ain't supposed to be filming, and got into trouble before when he did the splits.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
I would respect his apology, but turns out that he did it again. Him and his brother Jake went to Italy because Jake was getting a Lamborghini. Then they were screaming and hollering, singing on the boat with a megaphone. Some of the people were tourists just visiting Italy and enjoying it, while these two disrupting. They were planning to jump into the canal, but one of the people said, "Don't do it," and they did it anyways.
It's forbidden. Okay, you cannot do that. I'll do it later. My brother is dead.
Very little that they know it is illegal, and they would have gotten hurt by one of the boats that passes by, like a hit on the head, or they would damage the boat, so they weren't welcome there anymore. Logan posted a vlog saying he hid a $3,000 somewhere at VidCon and gave his fans some clues. He caused a massive fans showing up at VidCon and surrounding Logan, surrounded by thousands of people, and caused massive mobs. People were getting trampled and hurt. All tried to get to Logan. Logan broke free and ran off to a hotel. Turns out someone did find the money earlier on when Logan gave out some clues and was familiar of the place. So Logan kept giving more and more clues. Even though there were no prize to be found, there were causing massive storms of fans. Earlier I said that Logan protected Jake for the assault incident and called Fez Banks a liar, but there was proof that there was a video of Meg was talking to a police but didn't show the whole video and didn't show the paper of the police report. He also made fake videos like he has a dog named Kong and saying that my dog is dying, making his fans freaking out, then smashing plates around his dog. Good chance that it would have gotten hurt, and did a very stupid prank to Alea by using giant scissors and cutting the fur and pretending that he cut his dog, but turns out that it was a fake blood. She freaks out though that the dogs was actually hurt. Well, Logan is far beyond stupid for pulling these types of shit. I guess that Logan and Jake didn't learn any manners and didn't respect others, or they might be mentally ill. Logan, I would have forgiven you, but I don't think that you learned anything, and it's hard for me to believe you. Sorry. Number 5 is Nicole Arbour.
It was all a dream. I used to read 17 magazine. Bunch of white girls going to prom in the limousine.
Nicole is known for being Matthew Santoro's ex, interviewed on The View, and made a rant against any kind of people that is not perfect, whether you're religious, blacks, or fat. She reminds me of Regina George off of Mean Girls as a total bitch. She also idolized herself as the best comedian, the new God, Jesus, all that stupid stuff. The problem of her case is she is one of those people whose hunger of fame by doing that is stirring the pot, hate, anger, drama, controversy. She does that for attention. She didn't start all of this because in the beginning she started as a stand-up comedian, then became a singer, and both didn't work out as planned and still viewed as a nobody. She ended up dating Matthew Santoro and posted a video called Dear Fat People, and she claimed as one of the popular ones. Congrats, Nicole.
What are you gonna do, fat people? What are you gonna do? Wait, you gonna chase me? Really? You gonna chase me? It's gonna be like fucking Frankenstein. I can get away from you by walking at a reasonable pace. We have scooters, bitch!
She has fame hunger, and she is an attention whore. Just listen to her voice. It's annoying, like listening to nails to a chalkboard. Listen, you can't judge people because they are fat, because you have no room to talk with that double chin of yours. People who have eating disorder can't help themselves. Why? Because there's several reasons. Depression, judgment, all that kind of stuff. Then it becomes an addiction. Think of it like cigarettes. It has nicotine. Plus, if they were bullied and tried to get shit out of their minds by getting on YouTube and they saw your video, it's a good chance that they will take themselves out. And it's going to be on you and the bullies. In 2008, she explains that she has been into a car accident and has been disabled and can't properly walk for years after it. But she uploaded a video on December 15, 2008, when she is preparing a calendar shoot. In 2009, 5 months later, she was able to upload a Q&A video on her channel. She walks around just fine. Forget walking for years. On February 2010, just 1 year after the accident, she didn't just walk. She did a choreographed fight scene for her channel. What a joke, Nicole. Nicole started her shit by taking everything from Matthew, and he did everything for her. He realized that it was the biggest mistake, went back home, and Matt wanted to leave Nicole. But she would not allow it and blocked the door. Matt told her to move and she said no, then slapped him. That only pissed him off and said it one more time, get out of my way. She got scared and allowed him to leave. She realized that she was screwed at this point because she doesn't have her title. So she called Matt and told him that she would kill herself and said she would blame Matthew and ruin his career. And that's not the end of it. Matthew posted a video saying that he has been into an abusive relationship and broke up with her. But when you look at Nicole's video, she said that she broke up with him. She's innocent. But she posted a video called Dear Matt, sharing her feelings and throwing out Matt's and her personal life. You said that he needs you, then talk shit about him and blew him off. That's all the way around. You needed him, but he said no to you because he ain't gonna make that same mistake again. Dude, you made him your puppet, losing his friends and family, and made the poor man cry. That's cold, and that takes a lot for a man to cry. So that doesn't make him a pussy. She said that she doesn't care about what people would say to her video, but in her Dear Matt video, she does care.
Whether you like my act and my rants or not,
I don't really care. I don't care. And I'm really sorry if you got a lot of mean tweets or mean things, because it hurts. We could pretend it doesn't hurt, but that shit hurts.
So ask me this, if you didn't care what people would say, then why disconnect the comments and the likes, dislike button? Sounds like you're pulling the same thing like Minnesotaboyy. In her videos, she always have her cleavage out. In several of her videos, she has no idea what to think first. She uploaded a video that called Dear Sluts, saying it's okay to show your cleavage, but then a few months later, she made another video called Dear Instagram Models. She complained about it afterwards. She has a few videos on X videos and X hamsters, which those are hardcore porn sites. You're definitely throwing the term out at this point. And you do realize that kids get on here, right? No wonder you're on a dumb blonde catalog. One more thing. You're not funny, Nicole. I know financially depressed people who are funnier than you.
They forgot to tell you that plus size stands for plus heart disease, plus knee problems, plus diabetes.
You're gonna die alone and your cats are gonna eat your face off.
Number 6. Laci Green, Milo, Stewart, and Ashley Hardell.
But in other parts of the world, like Thailand and Indonesia, there are 3 genders, 4 genders, even 5.
This one would have been 6, 7, and 8, but they're all talking about the same thing.
Even though there are probably more like millions.
First of all, I'm gonna need you to bring it down to a 2.
Okay, listen here. There are only 2 genders. That's it. No more. I can't sit idly by and have a gay trans youth of America misled by reductionist pep talk. What are you trying to do here? Trying to be like Whitney, Wisconsin, who tried to make YouTube a porn site by showing off sex toys and saying it's okay to screw dogs? By the way, everyone, you don't have to worry about her channel. It has been deleted. So, you're good. Anyways, I don't care what you got all of these informations. All of these informations, you got it from your friends, your professor, or other countries. It's a lie, okay? It's made up. They are pissed off because for a woman, they've been treated too soft, so they think that they want to be a man. And a man has been treated too hard, so they want to be a woman, being rebellious to their parents just to piss them off. The results that they get from the scientists is ridiculous, because they themselves would lie to the public about anything and make up some shit that makes them look smarter. If they don't have the results, they are looking for, think about it. If you hear about these informations for a particular person, it's their opinions, not facts. Back in the day, gays would mock the trans community. Even the gays who call themselves queens and professional makeup artists laughs about it and laughs about man becoming a woman, because in the gay community considered silly and absurd. Sexuality is a spectrum. It's a paradox to think that anything sexuality is normal. It gets better, but it also vastly becomes more complicated. Where do you think the HIV or AIDS come from? Doctor said that in order to get it, is being transmitted by unprotected heterosexual sex. I'm not the only one who thinks the same thing. Meet Lake Engel. He used to be a student in college until this dumb bitch named Allison Downey threw a fit because he said otherwise. All that it started was Allison was a professor, or so they would say. She was teaching her class that there is more than 2 genders, which there was no proof at all. Lake stood up to her and said, no, there are only 2 genders. She was screaming and hollering at him because she feels so threatened, and tried to force him to apologize to her and the class, and write an apology on a form, and stand right in front of the class in silence, calling him a sexist, male privilege, and man-splitting. Lake didn't do it. He was supposed to, but she didn't give him a chance.
I first referenced entities like The Economist, who have debunked the myth of the 77 cents on the dollar wage gap. And I also stated that biologists don't agree that there are more than 2 genders. They don't believe that there are 72 genders or more across the board. Most of them disagree. and she really didn't appreciate that.
Allison Downey, who supposedly, you say she's a professor, tried to get you to stand in front of the class and take abuse. Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I was supposed to, but she really didn't give me a chance. I was given 10 days to comply, but the day after she asked this of me, she decided to push it on through to the university's provost office to then hold a hearing, which would decide whether or not it could be allowed in class, period.
And to top it off, you may change your identity, your name, your color, but it ain't going to change the results in the DNA. That you're a man or a woman, white or black, once you're born on this earth, it's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Number 7, Riley Dennis.
There is no way to peacefully be a white supremacist. The very nature of the ideology is violent and harms people of color.
Riley is a man who wanted to be both genders. If you say otherwise, like you don't want to date it, it gets very offensive and makes you look like a bad guy. And you're a bigot. Look, I finished what I had to say with these 3 on number 6. So obviously you're going to get the same answer. Well, excuse me that I don't want a he, she's, junks and boobs grinding up on my face. It's sick and it's an abomination. Do you know how it feels if a willy worm goes up inside you? It's gonna hurt. There's no pleasure to that. But that's not all. He's also a part of the hate group called Antifa. The very same group, the very same that destroys the American flag, causing drama and chaos on the streets, waving another flag, attacking innocent bystanders, graffitiing and destroying historical sites. Look, if you say that there are Nazis because we vote for Trump and disagree with your points of views, well, we're not causing destruction. That's how Trump won in the first place, and you kept proving our point. And we don't take down statues and graffiti them because they offended you. Exactly what Nazis do. So, who is a Nazi? Yes, there are true racists out there, but you're targeting the wrong people. Trump and his supporters are not the ones you're looking for. It's the neo-Nazis and the Ku Klux Klan. But not just them. Nowadays, blacks can be racist too.
I hope they kill all the white babies!
For good examples of group Black Panthers and Black Lives Matter. You may not think so, but that's because you're surrounded by fake people, fake news, and being drowned by hate and ignorance. See, blacks are doing the same thing like the whites did way back then. In the past, KKK, today, Black Panther. Past, blackface, today, whiteface. We're not allowed to say the N-word because it's so offensive, but they are allowed to call us crackers? That doesn't make any sense at all. That is clearly a double standard. I believe in equality and civil rights, okay? But if you don't call me that certain type of name, then I don't call you that certain type of name. And we killed off racism. Like IDub said, either all of them are okay or none of them are okay. Seems fair enough, I believe. So do you believe Trump is a racist? The answer is no. Here's why. Look at all the race communities. Whites, yeah, obviously, they'd vote for Trump. But let me tell you something. Did Asians support Trump? Yes. Did Latinos or Mexicans support Trump? Yes. Did Natives support Trump? Yes. Did Muslims support Trump? Yes. Did Blacks support Trump? Yes. Women? Yes. Gays? Yes. If you say that that's not true, then ask Diamond and Silk, which they met Trump themselves and allowed them speaking on stage, and as well as Kanye West. Or in the gay community, we have Milo Yiannopoulos. If you think that if blacks are confused because they are walking around wearing and supporting a Confederate flag, then I think that any white people who march under Black Lives Matter wearing fuck white people clothes and having a dreadlocks listening to today's shitty hip-hop music, talking like the blacks, are confused as well. To let you know, Riley, I don't care what you think that you're a woman now. To me, you're a man. If you try to take a swing at me first, you better be prepared because I'm going to hit you right back 10 times more harder. I have the right to defend myself, but I will not stoop myself to your level because causing violence doesn't solve anything, and everyone has freedom of speech. whether you like it or not. You obviously don't know between from right and wrong. One of your groups said that Antifa is not violent, but look what you're doing. If you said that your guys ain't violent, then what's that? Still believe that we're Nazis? Then listen to the clip from that black guy.
Back in 1977, there was a Supreme Court case, the National Socialist Party of America versus the Village of Skokie, or called the Skokie Affair, where it was a problem about freedom of speech and freedom of assembly, where these Nazis wanted to march with their Nazi flags, the swastika, and people were saying that it's against the First Amendment and it'd be fighting words. And the Supreme Court ruled in favor of freedom of speech, saying that this is not fighting words and they are allowed to do this because it protects unpopular things. That's what it's for. So as much as you don't like it, this still stands.
I think you got my point. Finally, if you wear black and red, why is that? I know why. Every color stands for something. Red is communism and black is anarchy. Plus, one of your groups attacked a reporter from InfoWars, and all that he did was ask questions. Then you pepper sprayed him for no reason. So much for a peaceful group. Number 8, Tariq Nasheed.
So this is nothing but a mentally disabled, unstable, lone wolf simp,
aka Tariq Radio, on his YouTube channel. He's also known for making movies called Hidden Colors, which is speaking out about guilt trips a lot of people and telling black people how white people are evil.
Fuck Donald Trump, nigga. Fuck white people, boy.
Since you voted for Donald Trump, you can get your shit and get out. Get out. Here you go. Bye.
A black Muslim by the name of Corey Ali Muhammad went on a killing spree in Fresno, California. He wrote on his Facebook page that he hated white people and was proud of being a black soldier fighting against the white devil. He was a black nationalist and paid homage to black pride by posting images of the red, black, and green Pan-African flag and the RBG Black Power Fist. Corey Ali Muhammad hated white people and he wanted them all killed. So on April 18th, he left his motel room in Fresno, California, determined to kill every white male he saw. In the end, he shot 4 innocent white men, killing 3 and seriously injuring the other before being caught by local police officers. He shouted Allahu Akbar as police officers handcuffed him before taking him to jail. Ironically, one of the men Muhammad killed for being white was a member of Antifa.
2 people charged with murdering a 4-year-old girl in Euclid make their first court appearance this afternoon.
I believe vote Trump, damn it. You voted Trump! You voted Trump! Oh, yeah, he voted Trump! Yeah!
In Kansas City, Missouri, Frederick Damon Scott killed 5 middle-aged white men between the age of 54 and 67. 4 of these white men were killed on a walking trail, with one walking his dog. The 5th victim was walking on a public street during the afternoon in broad daylight when Scott shot him in the head before catching a bus to go back home. Just another day for a racist black serial killer. Thanks to witnesses and video footage, he was apprehended later that day. 2 of the white victims were shot in the side of the head, and the other 3 were shot in the back of the head. None of them saw this coming. They had no idea who shot them before they died.
I hope they kill all the white babies.
And the OK sign represents the white supremacy. Like, here's a W and here's a P. To me, that's bullshit. This is another ignorant, racist, retarded that is alongside with Minnesotaboyy, and both of them are nothing but scam artists. Listen, everyone is not that different. We're all the same. There's good and there's bad, no matter what color you are. Yeah, but you're the one who invented slavery. Actually, that might be true, but we're not the only race that did it. Slavery was invented several years ago, and sadly, it's still active till this day. and you would see anything in the black market. Arabia, Syria, Germany, Rome, those are the good examples that you might see slavery. So blacks are not the only ones. Whites have been slaves as well. Just look at the medieval times. Whites have been slaves as well. And there were brutal things back then. He claims that he cares about the black community, but in reality, he doesn't have the interests in the black community, gives no shit about them, and doesn't help them. And he fires his workers because they actually care. Like, for example, there is a girl who got fired because she asked him a simple question, and that simple question was, were you a pimp? Then he got offended, and he said, I don't want you to work here anymore, and then she was gone. Wow. You can't even answer a simple question. It's just a simple yes or no question. And you can't do it because it's such a big secret. Well, clearly we can type your name, and some of the things would pop up, and you have a book that is called The Art of Mackin', and here's a photo of one of those big fluffy pimp's jacket. Looks like you are. He also tries to portray himself as wise and such a sage, and think that what's the best for the blacks. Really? How sagely do you think you are when this is your album? K-Flax, Wash Your Ass? Really, dude? Really? If you guys want to check out yourself, read the songs titles like Stank Ass Intros, What's Up Cuz, and Get Your Cash On. So answer me this. If you're talking shit about blacks who date white women, calling them coons, then why is your wife mixed? Bruh. Come on, dude. Get your facts straightened out. Number 9. Tana Mongue.
If iDubbbz broke both of his legs and lost all of his subscribers, I would be genuinely happy.
Tana is a personalist who tells her stories on YouTube. Everything was working out for her until she got exposed by iDubbbz. The way that this started, she threw the first punch towards iDubbbz, saying, so 3 million people subscribe to you and you openly say the N-word and retarded. Kill yourself. After iDubbbz saw that, he researched her past, seeing if she said the N-word, and she did.
You know you're a stupid nigger, right? You fucking nigger!
So he decided to have the bigger balls and take a trip to visit Tana in her concert, trying to get her to say the N-word. iDubbbz put her ass on blast about everything and every mistake that she also made. If you look at some of her videos, it's mundane. She bought on camera twice, but also makes death threats about iDubbbz. The hell? Do you realize if that happened, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble? And you're going to have a lot of heat from everybody, not just the people, but the law is going to get involved as well. And your career will shatter like glass. You're done. She posted a video about the incident, saying that she has been attacked or he won't let me go. That type of stuff. But when you look at the video, he did none of that. No punches were thrown, no thumbs up, nothing. All that he did was trying to make Tana say the N-word. So obviously she was overly dramatic. If you joined the Black Lives Matter, then why did you say the N-word? Sounds like someone is confused. She later on brings in PewDiePie into the mix.
PewDiePie has 50 million subscribers and he could do a lot with that. He could come on and definitely say, you know, that was wrong and racism is wrong and wrong!
What a fucking nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck?
Sorry, Tana, but he said the same thing. Later on, she posted about the apology.
I owe the people that subscribe to me and the people that love me and the people who've supported me through everything and the people who are supporting me through this, I owe them an explanation and an apology. The first thing I want to talk about is the main thing, the thing that is everywhere, and that is videos of me saying the N-word. I've learned so much and I've matured, and now I never want to say that word. I'm not racist. I know it's wrong to say that word, and I don't think you guys should say it either.
Okay, I still don't believe a word she has to say. She says that she's sorry, but she's still demanding people to listen to her, like, oh, you shouldn't be saying these types of words. Dude, just shut the hell up. We would forgive you, but here's the thing. Just because you tell them to do this and don't do that, do you think that they're going to listen to you? Of course not. That's their choice. You can't make someone to do something because you want them to. It's their choice, not yours. Remember that.
We are the next generation.
Really, you think that you and the people think that you're the next generation? And what's that? Branding yourself with a hot coil and eating Tide Pods for a challenge? Give me a favor. Make a bowl of cereal, but replacing the Cocoa Puffs with Tide Pods and replacing the milk with a bottle of bleach. Number 10, Superwoman.
Hello! Today we're going to be taking a trip around the world, so you'll need to pack.
She is a popular YouTuber from Canada. You people would ask, why is she on the list? Well, she made a video called Geography Class for Racist People. Why? Because of one of her comments.
If you're gonna be racist, at least do it right. And look at this comment under my YouTube video. Go back to your country, you terrorist packy, Afghan Indian Muslim slut.
Notice something? I find this very hilarious because she has trillions of comments that is positive, and she found one shitty comment that has no avatar and 0 likes. And she's basically wasting most of her time with this person who is a nobody, and you stoop to his level and you choose to pick a fight. Wow. For big YouTubers, they know to ignore these types of shitty comments, being a bigger man and walking away. But, oh no, not Superwoman, because she chooses to make a big deal out of it, like a 5-year-old, and point at the wrong people. She takes cheap shots like white people are walking, talking, tan trash cans, who is narrow-minded like a caveman who watches Fox News and calling all Trump supporters stupid. In the beginning, she said that she doesn't let fear divide her. Meanwhile, she's using these bullshit tactics to divide the country by talking smacks about the whites. Dude, seriously, it was one person and one person only that made his or her own decision to say those things. To you, blame that person, not the supporters, because they don't do racism, okay? We're not like Evelyn.
We're going to fly across the Atlantic Ocean, around Africa, and through this passageway that's very narrow. Just like your mind.
You called us narrow-minded. Well, it takes one to know one. So the only thing that you need to steal is an education.
Once we reach our destination, you'll notice that India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan are actually 3 separate countries.
Okay, she says Pakistan, Afghanistan, and then she says India. In Missouri, we all know it's called Missouri, not Missouri. You don't hear a fucking A at the end of the sentence. And we all don't call another state Montreal, okay? It's called Montreal. We all know what the states are called. We know how it's pronounced.
And I know what you're thinking. It probably smells like curry.
No, I don't think it smells like curry. You're pretty off on that one. At first I thought it might smell like wheat or sand in the mixture. I didn't want to travel there if I didn't find out a few things. Now I think it would smell like shit. Human shit. Literally 50% of the people over there would shit everywhere in the streets and at the beautiful temple. And I would not go there because kids are nowadays drinking dog milks. Yeah, good calories and good chance to having rabies. I don't know how many people showed up at Trump's inauguration, but I know one thing. The tens of millions who did vote for Trump had a job. So, what's your excuse?
And although there are approximately 175 million Muslims in India, there are approximately 2 billion in the whole world. Which means if every Muslim was a terrorist, you wouldn't stand a goddamn chance.
Nothing but room for the home team, huh? Yeah, she's basically right. There is 2 billion Muslims in the world, but only a few hundred millions believe in Syrian law, death of prostate, abuse of women, or support destruction. Not only Israel, but the entire Jewish people. You might be right, we might not stand a chance if we didn't have a country based on a system of the constitutional law, westernized values, and individual freedom. Yeah, we wouldn't stand a chance. We would look like one of those countries. But good thing we're not. I'm wondering that she might like Obama because everyone thinks that he is such a good president. In reality, he's not. He spent several money on himself just to play golf, spent several money on clothing, and have expensive meals, while we, the people, busted our asses just to get a $100 or $200 paycheck. You complain that Trump shuts down CNN by calling them fake news.
Give us a question.
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
But you don't say anything when he mocked Fox News.
While good, affordable health care might seem like a fanged threat to the freedom of the American people on Fox News, it turns out it's working pretty well in the real world.
President Obama is blaming us for how he's going to go down in history. In 2008, I was never subjected to the kind of concentrated vilification that you see of Fox News. You started to see that kind of prism being established toward the end of the 2008 race, and obviously, almost immediately after I was elected, it was deployed in full force.
You accuse Trump countless times because he swears.
We're going to tax you 25%, and I could say another. Listen, you motherfuckers.
But you didn't say a word when Obama snapped at a news reporter.
This notion that somehow I came in here to $800 billion. Do you just want government to do nothing? Why should the government in South Carolina that was kids are in that
right in front of God and everyone. He also lied in 8 years in his career that no terrorists have succeeded in an attack of the U.S. homeland.
We should take great pride in the progress that we've made over the last 8 years. That's the bottom line. No foreign terrorist organization has successfully planned and executed an attack on our homeland.
In 2009, Obama became president. First year, 19 people were killed and only 33 were injured. Along the way through 8 miserable years, only 542 people were either injured or killed by these radicalized terrorists since Obama was president. That counts the Boston Marathon and the Orlando nightclub shooting. In fact, the Islamic terrorism started in the United States since 1972. That's when Richard Nixon was president. As you can see on the map, this is the rate and location that the attacks took place. Why is Missouri part of this? Well, let me tell you. St. Louis, Missouri, November 6, 1989. A 17-year-old girl is stabbed to death by her parents for bringing dishonor to their family by dating an infidel African American. So, like I was saying, through this list you can see how many times did a state got hit and how many people got killed or injured. For how many times in the states got hit, only California got attacked 17 times in Oakland, repeatedly, but only 60 people got injured and or killed. However, New York got hit 14 times in New York City, repeatedly as well, but 4,131 people were injured or killed. So from 1972 to present day, 5,043 people have been injured or killed because of the Islamic terrorists. To let you know, since the liberals are nagging about Nazi this and Nazi that, well, just in case your liberal school have decided to skip that history lesson. We all know that there are 3 enemy leaders: Benito Mussolini, Fascist Italy, Emperor Hirohito, Imperial Japan, and Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany. But here's the thing, they weren't alone. Muslims and Nazis were allies and fought side by side in World War II. In the most crucial phase of World War II. German troops fighting in regions as far apart as the Sahara and the Caucasus confronted the Allies across lands largely populated by Muslims. Nazi officials saw Islam as a powerful force with the same enemies as Germany, the British Empire, the Soviet Union, and the Jews.
وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين اللهم عليك باليهود ومن والاهم اللهم عليك بالأمريكان ومن والاهم اللهم احصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا.
Muhammad Amin al-Husseini was a Palestinian Arab nationalist and Muslim leader in the Mediterranean Palestine. During World War II, he collaborated with both Italy and Germany by making propagandist radio broadcast and by helping the Nazis recruit Bosnian Muslims for the Waffen-SS. Also, as he holds the recruits, Germany had no colonized any Arab country while Russia and England had. On meeting Adolf Hitler, he requested backing for Arab independence in support and opposing the establishment in Palestine of a Jewish national home. Himmler raised 3 Muslim divisions under German leadership in the Balkan from Bosnian Muslims and Albanians, the 13th SS Handschar, the 21st SS Schutzenberg, and the 23rd SS Kama. While it achieves successes and proves itself competent in the country insurgency operations against the Palestinians in eastern Bosnia. The division earned a reputation for brutality and savagery, not only during combat operations, but also through altruistics committed against Serbs and Jews civilians in the security zone. This is their flag, big resemblance to this one. Its reprisal attacks in northern and eastern Bosnia left many hundreds and possibly as many as several thousand Serbs civilians die by the spring and summer of 1944. After the end of World War II, al-Husseini attempted to obtain asylum in Switzerland, but his request was refused. He was taken into custody at Constance by the French occupying troops on 5th of May 1945, and on 19th May he was transferred to the Paris region and put under house arrest. On 29th of May, after an influential Moroccan had organized his escape and the French police had suspended their surveillance, al-Husseini left France for Cairo using travel papers supplied by the Syrian politicians, who was close to the Muslim Brotherhood. It took more than 12 days for the French foreign minister to realize that he had fled, and the British were not able to arrest him in Egypt after that country granted him political asylum. Hamas was founded in 1987, soon after the first Intifada broke out as an offshoot of the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood. So let me tell you this, both have dictatorship government, destruction of all Jews, and their goals is world domination. But on the Nazi side was Aryan race is supreme, killed 11 million and viewed as evil and an enemy to America. On the Islam side is Muslims are supreme, have carried out more than 32,742 deadly terror attacks since 9/11, killed 270 million and still counting, and viewed as a religion of peace in America. Wow. You got a problem with Christians and call yourself an atheist, but you defend Muslims? Really? Let's look at the difference between the two. There is Jesus and there's Muhammad. Both practiced and promoted. Here's their accomplishments. Jesus has tolerance, forgiveness, nonviolence, unselfish love, self-sacrifice, and warn of false prophets. Muhammad has warfare and violence, hatred, intolerance, misogyny, oppression, and pedophilia. In the Bible, on Matthew 5:14, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Jesus. In the Quran, on Ibn Ishaq 992, fight everyone in the way of Allah and kill those who disbelieve in Allah. Muhammad. So let me get this straight. Jesus died for Christians and the people who believe in him, but Muslims died for Muhammad? Really? Yeah, Christians fought in the Crusade times, but that's because they were keeping religion alive from corruption. And guess who else was there? Muslims. Still believe that they are good guys? Let's see what these photos say. Sharia, the true solution. Islam will dominate the world. Freedom can go to hell. Islam will conquer Rome. Jesus is a slave to Allah. Wow. I believe Muslims got the phrase religion of peace confused of peace and quiet. I would probably be demonetized and this video might be deleted and covered up, but it will be uploaded again by either me or someone else, and I'm the only one who keeps records of attacks on the United States, 'cause sadly no one ever brings it up. Now, I didn't say all were bad. There are Muslims that are actually good. Remember, there are good and bad in many people, and it takes many shapes and sizes. The only thing necessary for triumph evil is for a good man to do nothing. Like Martin Luther King said, darkness doesn't defeat darkness, only light will defeat darkness. Anyways, now that I'm done talking about it, what were you saying?
Now that we're here, the good news is your wife can save all that money she spends at tanning salons trying to look closer to my complexion.
Okay, first off, that's very racist. And no one wants to fake tan your complexion, well, except Tanning Mom. So you throw your political view because of one amateur that has no avatar, no likes. You don't even know who you're dealing with. A kid or something. Looks like someone isn't smart enough to study. And yeah, I have studied. And I have done my homework. You dumb racist bitch. Now usually I don't bring up political stuff because it's definitely not my thing. And it definitely changes people. Like here's a couple of things. Politics, which I just mentioned, and money. That's the only thing that changes people. And I'm really not into that. Usually I never bring up politics. But sometimes it has to be heard by somebody. Even if it's one time. And a lot of people has their freedom of speech. Yes, I believe that. But you can't force somebody to silence others because they speak the truth or whatever, or you disagree their opinion or whatever, or the facts. And you can't cover it up because someone's going to think the same thing, and you're going to deal with an army who agrees the same thing. All of these things and certain type of people deserve to be deleted because of racism, bullying, discrimination, judgmental, pulling stupid stunts, warping other people's minds, thinking what's right for many genders, joining radical groups, abuse others, and cause extreme drama for attention. All of you might say it's just your opinion. Well, it may not be my opinion, but a lot of people would agree most of my terms or some of my terms. And not just them, they're subscribers as well. So yeah, rather you say one thing now, we will find evidence that you said in the past. It's your word against your word. So, looks like these people on this list needs a dunce hat. But yeah, do you guys agree with this list? And hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, comment below, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.